Hi, welcome to Copenhagen Fashion Week Spring Summer 22 edition live Q&A. My name is Angela and I'm the market editor at T, the New York Times Style magazine. Joined with us is Nana and Simon from Division.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi guys, how are
Hi.
you?
We're great.
We're good.
A bit busy these days. Yeah, there's a lot
Yeah,
of
for good
stuff
reasons.
we get to do.
Yeah, I'm sure. So I've been reading a bit about you and I read that in 2018 is when you started and your first piece was a bomber that quickly sold out. Tell me
Yeah.
a bit about that story and how that happened.
So yeah, that's a funny story. Yeah, we started back in 2018. At that point, I was working at a clothing store in Copenhagen, and working with clothes every day, you want to start something yourself. And I've always been inspired by these upcycling brands like that works with pre-existing materials like Greg Lauren and ready made and all that. And I want to start
Hmm.
something. I have no experience in designing or anything, so I teamed up with Nana, my sister, who has the background in design, yeah, education,
Hmm.
and yeah, we came about doing an upcycled bomber jacket because we were like, why do we have to do something from scratch when we could get our hands on some perfectly fine military surplus jackets, and we put a zipper in the back of them, and I get the chance to sell them through the store I was working in,
Yeah.
and from that,
Oh, great.
we just posted some pictures on Instagram, and the hype just blew up. We had people queuing in for them the first days, and it was a crazy experience.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. So it was a really organic growth for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it
where do
has.
you go to source? Yeah,
Yeah.
so where do you go to source these materials that you use to upcycle and create your pieces? Is there a certain factory? Do you go vintage hunting?
We try to segment like the way we do stuff into like three categories. So we do dead
Hmm.
stock, which we source in Italy, around Florence, and this is where our collections are made as well in some local factories. And then we do
Yeah,
a lot of vintage
we do vintage as
shopping.
well. Like we have like three wheels we can put it in. So vintage, dead stock, and like stock lot.
Hmm.
Where like vintage is the pieces we do. Like we source that for like all of our unique one-offs pieces, and we buy them basically
Hmm.
from like vintage wholesalers. When we first started out, it was like thrifting, but it's hard if you need
Hmm.
500 jackets. It's hard to go down in your local thrift store. They get a bit
Right.
tired after a few days. So when you need those kind of quantities, it's we started like buying it at wholesale. So where your local thrift shop would get their items, that's where we get it as well. And then we have these stock lots, which are for products that needs to be like not mass produced, but if we want to do more than a unique product, but still do it an upcycled piece, we would of course need more of the same piece. So we buy like stock lots from bankrupt companies. It could be a misproduction where like
Hmm.
1,000 hoodies were produced but never sold to the store because the company went bankrupt. We would go in and
Hmm.
buy them. So there's like these three different scenarios for us to source different items.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So it's really like one person's trash, you make it into someone's treasure. That's
Yeah, we
That's
try.
yeah,
what
that's
you
what we
guys are
try.
doing. And where do you go to get inspired for your pieces? And what was the inspiration behind this upcoming collection?
I think we get inspired by like just our daily lives. We try to create something
Hmm.
that we would wear, and hopefully other people would wear as well. But for this collection, um, we were really inspired by the past year in general. We've been wearing a lot of comfortable wear and lounge wear,
Hmm.
so
Me
yeah,
too.
we just wanted to work with yeah, we just wanted to work with that mood and try to create something from that. Um, yeah, so we try. What we do is like we work a lot with contrast. So this collection is very, I know,
Yeah,
well,
it's yeah. So it's very like just, it's comfy wear. It's not that wild. It's like
Yeah.
some pretty straightforward pieces that you could. We tried to max out on the colors and like try to pop in that way, but the pieces are not that loud themselves.
Yeah.
So to make a contrast from that, we did a lot of like these deconstruct pieces where we would take like this, let's say a jogger, like a lounge jogger, for example. We would take that and just create a version which is a one of one unique piece made from, let's say, some old parachutes or some canvas from a 30-year-old workwear jacket, and just disrupt it completely. So you get like this very like nice and easy to wear piece
as you know it, and then maybe our take on it,
like
which
this.
is a bit more disrupted.
Yeah, a bit more
That's
wild.
so cool.
Yeah.
So when you go hunting for these fabrics, do you go looking for something specific, or do you go and you find something weird like a parachute and get inspired?
We have an idea of what we would like to source, but it's super difficult to find whatever you want, because it's so limited when you work with dead stock, and sometimes you get surprised by something.
It's pretty funny because it's like sometimes we can have an idea of what we want, and then we go fabric hunting in Italy or whatsoever, and it's actually on the while we go there we figure out what styles we want to make. It's not like necessarily we have it's gonna look like this, because we know we can't take control of that, because we don't control what's in stock or what's left over.
We have the pattern and we have the style, but we have no idea how it's gonna turn out. So
that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
That's so kind of like they're all happy accidents.
Yeah, it's kind of like the working like reverse from knowing you don't know exactly what you're gonna get when you start. It's pretty funny.
Yeah,
that's awesome. And what is one thing that you guys look forward to doing when things are back to normal? Because we're still in the middle of a pandemic.
Oh, in terms of just fashion, or like it's
just in general. It doesn't have to be fashion.
Okay. I just look forward to everything's getting normal again and we can travel again.
Yeah.
I miss seeing my friends from other countries. I miss fashion weeks. I miss it's also sad when we're doing these collections we can't really like show them to people, because we work with so fine fabrics. We'd love to show everyone, like in person, the buyers, everyone, what we're doing, because the fabric really talks for itself. So traveling is number one on the list.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, it definitely makes a difference. I've also had to resort to online Zoom appointments. It's not the same, versus going into the studio and feeling the clothes. So I feel you on that.
Yeah. That's what I look most forward to.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. I don't know. I became a mom a few months ago, and I don't know if there's
congrats.
Normal again. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for tuning into our Q&A live in Copenhagen Fashion Week, Spring Summer 22 edition. It was so nice meeting you guys.
You too.
You too.
Bye.